Thank you.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
So how are y'all feeling today?
Good.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right. Those coffee drinkers, you all had your coffee.
Yeah.
So y'all good for today? All right. So today we're going to be talking and learning about personality traits. And we're going to learn how to embrace our personality traits as well as the personality traits of others. So for our agenda today, so lead me, follow me, get out of my way. Something that General George Patton said. All right, who can tell me what they think that this means before I get into it?
If you're not helping me or being a part of anything I'm doing in a positive way, then just get out of my way, leave me alone.
I like that. I like that. So today this is gonna be more of an engaging session because we need to be sure that we understand us as well as others, of course. But we want to talk about this, and I want to ask you all questions. So don't get scared to answer questions. No answer is wrong, no statement is wrong or crazy. All right. So today we're going to go over our introduction. We're going to go into the purpose of this workshop. Then we're going to go talk about the goals. And then we're going to get into learning what our true colors is by taking our true colors assessment. And then at the end, we're going to have some discussion, some dialogue to discuss what we learned about ourselves and how can we go out and apply what we learned. So I'm just going to tell you all a little bit about me. All right? So who am I? My name is Cyheim McRae. Of course, I'm currently a student at North Carolina A&T. I'm a junior agriculture education student. Right? I grew up in Marlboro County, South Carolina. I was raised in Bennettsville, and I still, of course, that's still my hometown. And so I like to travel there often. Matter of fact, I'm going there today. I graduated from Marlboro County High School. And so in high school, of course, we see right here, FFA. How many of you all have been a part of FFA, Future Friends of America? All right, good, good. So I started out in high school, and I have continued to stay up to date, and I've actually worked at the South Carolina Youth Leadership Center, Youth FFA Leadership Center, for the past 2 summers. Okay, I am also a member of Manners, Minorities, and Agriculture, Natural Resources, and Related Sciences. Okay, and so that is a minority organization centered for those who are involved in agriculture and agricultural fields. This right here is SHIELD, Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated. I'm a Spring 22 initiative into the Zeta chapter of Iota Phi Theta Fraternity Incorporated at North Carolina A&T. I am also an avid golfer. I love to play golf. How many of you golf? Any of you? Okay.
I was captain of my high school golf team.
Oh, okay, me too.
Yeah.
Me too. So we got to
Yeah.
get on the course.
I'm a lefty.
Oh, I'm a righty. So our purpose for today. So we are going to identify our true colors. How many of you know who this is right here?
Angela.
Hi, Angelou. Maya Angelou had this quote, which says, "People will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." And I know how many of you have heard that before.
Yeah.
All right, good. People will never forget how you made them feel. So as we get into our lesson today, let's keep in mind about that last portion. But people will never forget how you made them feel. All right? So we're going to identify our true colors, our personality styles as well. So we're going to complete our true color assessment. Now, of course, I'm sure you all have this, the true colors, and it telling you what it means. And I'm sure you all have had time to look over it a little. And so some of these can come off. Some of these can rub folks the wrong way. Let's just say that. Especially when we get to the portion where it says how others may see you. But this is a growing and learning opportunity for us all today. So let's not try to take or get offended by the things that we learn about ourselves. Rather, we should embrace it. Okay. And we should learn to see the glass half full versus half empty. How many of you have heard that term before? Half full, half empty. Okay. So, what is true color? The true color assessment is one of the most popular personality tests that there is. It rates our dislikes as well as our likes. And it puts us into the category of a color. So there are 4 colors. Of course, as you can see it on the paper, what are the 4 colors? I'm going to ask you all that.
Blue, gold, green, orange.
Orange. Okay. I want to make sure you all were with me.
Yeah.
All righty. So, why is understanding our true colors so important? Why do you all think understanding our true colors are important?
To get a better understanding of ourselves.
To get a better understanding of ourselves. Good. Anybody else?
To make us aware of how other people might see us.
To make us aware of how other people may see us. And so, of course, you know from the title, we will not only learn about ourselves, but we'll learn about others. So I like that. So when we recognize our true colors, it brings awareness to us and it helps us to realize that people aren't necessarily wrong. They're just a little different. Just a little different. So when we examine us and our true colors, it helps us to not only, put our personalities and our traits in a box of stereotype people, but rather to embrace us. So in this assessment, we'll consider people dominancy, and that will be determined by one color. Now, of course, we'll be a combination of all colors, but we'll be dominant in one color. So why is understanding others' personality type important? Now, that's a question I want to ask you.
It helps enhance relationships.
Okay, it helps enhance relationships.
It helps avoid conflict or confrontation.
Okay, anybody? So conflict and confrontation are 2 cousins that don't nobody like. All right. Anybody else has anything that isn't on the board?
It'll help us evaluate how we work well with other people.
How we work well with other people. It helps us build relationships and know how to keep those relationships, right? So, of course, as Troy has said, it enhances relationship and it helps us to avoid those 2 cousins that don't nobody like. Conflict and confrontation. Because when you got conflict and confrontation, it's a bad environment. Right? So we want to avoid that as much as possible. So when we understand our personalities as well as others, it'll help us learn how to work with those folks. How to embrace their difference, right? Because we remember, they aren't wrong,
Just different.
just different. All right. So at this time we'll take the personality test. So you have a sheet, our true colors assessment. And so you'll start and you'll circle the number what best fits you. So 0 is never and 5 is always. And I'm sure as you all have saw, already, as you have looked at some of the characteristics, you have saw that there is, you saw some characteristics that already align with you. actually organized. Okay, Brandon. Brandon is organized and says he needs structure in his life. I'm working on it. I'm not there quite yet. All right, so how y'all feeling about y'all colors?
Pretty good.
All right, did y'all look over the what it means sheet?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you kind of see some characteristics of your dominant color, right? As well as the others. So how many blue people do we have? Blue, okay, we got two blue, okay. So our blue people are centered around relationships. So those are your peaceful people, compassionate. I thought that you were gonna get a blue, right?
Yeah.
Communicative, sincere, flexible. Those people are idealistic. They're sympathetic, have a good heart, as my aunt would say. And so some of the famous blues include Bill Clinton, Oprah Winfrey, Martin Luther King Jr., and Mozart. You y'all know who Mozart is? When they play, he's a musician.
Yeah.
All right. And so how you may see yourself as caring, compassionate, unselfish, trusting, and how others may see you. So I'll let y'all call out how others may see you.
Overly emotional.
Overly emotional. Flaky, Mike, right?
Basically.
Naive, smothering, too talkative. Now that's when that gets me too talkative, because I'm very talkative. And so under stress, you may daydream, withdraw, cry, yell, and perform attention-getting behavior. I remember when I was younger, I used to just, flip out so I can get some attention and get some money, get some candy. So to succeed, you need understanding, security, sensitivity, and support. And your strengths, this one right here, communication. Communication is key in everything that we do. Communication is key. Because without communication, everything just goes left. All right. They have compassion. So let's say they have a good heart. Oh, but I want to talk about this, and then we'll move on to the next one. What frustrates you? Conflict, disorder, disharmony. So, how do y'all feel about that, Blues?
I think it's accurate.
Okay, you think it's accurate, right?
Very accurate.
Very, very accurate.
That daydream part got me. I'm guilty.
Yeah, I find myself doing that more now. All right, Nick. Goal is centered around responsibility. Now, how many of you all are somewhat responsible, at least? Somewhat responsible?
Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so those goal people, they love to plan. They love to plan things. They are punctual. So they like to be on time for everything, make sure everything is in order, because they cannot rest if it's not order. They have a strong belief in policies and procedures and rules. They value family traditions, detail oriented, and they are most comfortable with a structured environment. And so some of our famous goals include George Washington, Henry Ford. Y'all know Henry Ford? Yeah. Harry Truman, Johnny Carson. All right. So how others may see you. They may see you controlling. Some of them may see you as stubborn, opinionated, boring, unimaginative, limited. Under stress, you may complain, harshly judge yourself and others. You find joy in order, achievements, and being tidy, neat and clean. So I'm guessing that those folks are the folks that wake up every morning at 5 a.m. and make up their beds and cook breakfast and do everything. Is that
The minus the cook breakfast part.
not as a cook breakfast? So you make your bed
I
up
make my
every day.
bed every day.
Ah. Good for you. Good for you, because I'm still working on that. I'm still working on it. I never understood the purpose of waking up, making your bed up, and you just go get right back in it. I just did not.
It just makes the room look nicer.
Yeah.
It does.
I can agree with that, but I just don't understand the purpose. You find joy in recognition, high achievement, challenging your possibilities, right? Your strengths, you're confident, persistent, insightful, and you're a great planner. Is that so? How do you feel about that so far?
I agree with everything except for in the category that says how others may see you. I don't think I'm controlling.
Yeah, you don't think you're controlling?
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And then again, remember it says how others may see you.
Yeah.
So it could be, a lot of times we don't see things about ourselves that others catch on to.
That's true.
All right, so orange. Orange is centered around freedom. So those people who are my orange people, they're energetic. That's me. I'm an energetic little. Playful. They're negotiators. And look, what they say, a natural entertainer. Natural entertaining people just comes naturally to them. They people persons. I get that a lot. You're a people person. So how others may see you, see is irresponsible, scattered, wishy-washy, indecisive, manipulative, cluttered. Under stress, you may act out, avoid dealing with the problem. How many of you all avoid the problem? A lot of us, because I know a lot of us dislike confrontation
Yeah.
and conflict. As we talk about that's those two cousins.
Yeah.
All right. Become rude and defiant. Oh wow. But you find joy in people, going on adventures, success, excitement, and a little bit of competition. Now I'm not competitive at all, but in golf.
Mm-hmm.
But in golf. But to succeed, you need a challenge. You need to be able to express yourself, right? And your strengths include humor, generous, you like to give, and all of that good stuff. And you're adaptable. And your value risk taking. How many orange people you have?
I'm orange and green.
You orange and green, so is a tie.
Like they off by like one.
By one.
Yeah.
Okay. So you orange. So it is orange.
Well, green is first, then it's orange.
Green, okay. Green and orange.
Yeah.
All right. So how you feel about?
I don't think I'm necessarily wishy-washy. I mean, I can be a little bit of a loose cannon sometimes. It's fly off. That's sometimes.
Sometimes, right?
Yeah. But I don't think I'm wishy-washy or manipulative. But
Anyone else have any comments on the color orange? No. What was your?
That was my last one.
That was your last one.
Yeah.
oh wow.
Orange is actually my second one.
Oh, so how do you feel about it?
The values, risk taking, totally.
Risk taking,
I'm interested. What is it? What it's supposed to be?
3,
3.
yeah.
So Brandon and I are complete opposites.
Yes, complete opposite.
Almost, you know.
Yeah. So, last but not least, our green people. How many of you got green? Well, all of you got green, but number 1 was green. Okay, how about number 2? Any
Oh, no,
number
my
2
bad.
greens?
3 for me.
My 4 was green.
Wow.
Oh,
Wow. So our green people, they're competent and proficient. So you ask them to do something, they want to know why. Why do I have to do it? Why? So they're complex. They sound themselves. And they are something that I like to be cool, calm, and collected. Cool, calm, and collected. So they're perfectionists. They're perfectionists. So they like to have these two things that we align exactly the same. If it's off a little bit, they get a little frustrated. Those people, when they sweep their floors, if they get something this small, they'll sweep it all over. They can't just leave it there. All right, so those green people, famous green people include Thomas Edison, Sherlock Holmes. Do y'all know about Sherlock Holmes?
The detective.
Oh, okay. Eleanor Roosevelt. And guess what? Steve Jobs. You know Steve Jobs. I'm sure everyone here knows Steve Jobs as we are thankful for something that he created, right? And what did he create?
iPhone.
Blue messages.
Blue messages. Okay, so the green messages, I'm not gonna comment on y'all. I ain't gonna comment on the green people. I don't associate with green people. No, let me stop. Let me stop. All right. iPhones are where it's at. Green. So how others may see you, they may see you as arrogant, unrealistic, overly critical, unappreciative, ruthless. Under stress, you may refuse to communicate, refuse to comply, and cooperate. You may be you may be a little sarcastic. How's that sounding so far?
I'm definitely sarcastic, but I think that my orange and blue balance themselves out when it says under stress. For orange, you avoid dealing with a problem or you become rude and defiant. Then in green, it says that you um refuse to comply and communicate. Like they kind of seem like they're both
They go hand in hand with
right.
each other. Okay.
But I mean, but you know, it says how others see you. So you know, I can't miss how people may see. Or you know, that's how the people may react to something.
Yeah. And so to succeed, you need closure, space, and look, this is what I love, accurate information.
I like that too.
Accurate information.
Yeah.
Because I need accurate information too.
Yeah, when somebody telling me something, I ask questions.
Ask questions. And look, a lot of times people misconstrue things. And so, you know, it's so good to have to succeed, you know, you need that accurate information. That's the only way you can move forward. That's the only way I think you can move forward is having the accurate information. All right. But your strengths, you're confident, persistent. You're a great planner, right? Great planner. And what frustrates you is noise, unfairness, incompetence, and lack of follow through. So people lack following through with things. All right, but some of your values is you're logical, intelligent, freedom, and improvement. So how do y'all feel so far about all those colors and all those characteristics of those colors?
I mean, man, I mean this is one of the most accurate personality tests I think I've ever participated in. So I would really like to thank you for that.
So now, what color do you all think that I would be?
Probably all four, just all of it.
Well, we're all four, right?
But I mean, high numbers.
Which do you think is the highest? It's taking a while, yes.
Probably
Say
I would say
green,
orange.
greener.
Say gold.
gold.
It's
You
gold.
think
It's gold. It's gold. So we see that each of us have one high color, but we are a combination of all the colors. And of course, as we read over these characteristics, as Troy said, you know, I see where the gold might have related to the green might have related to the orange, you know. So they all relate to one another and they all go hand in hand with each other. Yeah. So what is something that you learned today about yourself? Let's start off with that. What did you learn about yourself today that you know, that kind of that's so stick with you by taking these personalities?
I think I learned that. Really, I think I learned, like you said, that we're all. No one's wrong, just all different.
Oh, different, right?
I think that's really just this is a pure representation of that.
Okay,
You know, we're just
good.
we're just different. But there's nothing wrong with that. But now it just showed you why you're different.
Yeah, and how to approach someone who is different, like how to handle their stress actions, I guess, with people who are different.
Yes.
Even in your relationships, you understand why people have triggers now,
Right.
what their triggers are, and why
Their triggers are.
they have these
Why
triggers.
react.
Mhm.
So you know how to go about dealing with it,
Mhm.
right? And so, you know, of course, and now we know, you see how it has those characteristics, like how others may see you, overly emotional, controlled and arrogant, irresponsible. So now we can take what we learned today and we can learn how to embrace that arrogant, that person that may come off as arrogant, that person that may come off as controlling, stubborn. You know, all of us are stubborn. We all are. So yes. So now we all know how to interact with each other and how to embrace each other. How to love on one another, you know? Because at the end of the day, you know, we all need to be a family. You know, everyone needs to be a family, you know? So thank you so much. Thank you for taking the time to complete this test. And I hope that you all have learned something that you can take with you and to go out and spread the word and tell others so you can help others understand themselves and also how to embrace other people's personality and their traits. Are there any questions? Any questions? All righty, well, you all are able to keep these.
Okay.
And I hope that you would go off and you know, spread the word.
I will definitely spread the word. Thank you so much.
Again, thank you all so much.